got the man bun rocking. I got the homies on.
Can we see the samurai, the back of it? Oh, that's your inner George Kittle.
Yeah, that's my George Kittle, baby.
Iron tight.
Hey, big game from the Nines this past week.
Huge game.
It seems like Kyle Shanahan is the kryptonite to Sean McVay.
Yeah, he's 4-0 in the last 2 years, so clean sweep 2 years in a row.
Four forced turnovers, a couple touchdowns. Just a huge game, man. Deebo Samuel, I felt like that was his coming out party, even though he's got Nick Mullins, who, what was it, 77.5 QB rating, you said?
Yeah, it was bad. But, for Mullins. It was also my birthday, so they had to win. It was my 30th birthday, so dirty 30, and we beat the fucking dirty Rams.
We've done a lot for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. We deserve it.
Yeah.
No, I think you could definitely tell a difference. We were watching the game together, that you could see Deebo on the field, Mostert back on the field. It's just a different team.
Way different team.
He punishes people, man. He runs with that anger. You know what I mean?
Yeah, a couple cool stats from that game, actually, with those two guys. Fastest ball carrier in Week 13, Raheem Mostert, 23.1 miles an hour. The biggest yardage differential separation in Week 13 on average, Deebo Samuel, 4.7 yards. Man, they're just playing their ass off right now. Those two guys come back, and you get Garoppolo in there. I don't know. Wild card.
Yeah,
I'm working it.
We're a game out.
What we've seen this week is Kyle said that they hope to have Jimmy and GK back in the last 2 games.
Yeah,
which could be. We got Cardinals and Seahawks last 2 games of the year.
Right.
Those are deciding games right there.
The Cardinals especially are going to be probably more towards the lower end than the Seahawks will be.
It's looking like, yeah.
Yeah.
And then real quick, you had those fun stats. I got one other fun stat. So, Deebo Samuel had, 131 yards, something like that, maybe 100. I think it was 131 yards. Okay. Mm-hmm. 83 yards of the 131 yards came after contact. So, yak attack.
Yep.
Big time.
Yeah. That's what I had texted you. Like, Mullins might have looked a lot better because of that yak, for sure.
Yeah.
The yakety yak.
No, I mean, overall, I feel like Mullins still doesn't impress.
No, he's scary.
You can't roll with Nick Mullins.
Right.
We need Jimmy back, but at least, our defense came to play. It caused those turnovers. I mean, our defense has to score points at this point for us to really win games. They have to create their own points.
Yeah, I think they're the 7th overall defense. They're climbing their way back. And since Week 7, Jimmy Ward is the highest rated safety in all of the NFL.
Really well now. Yeah, 2 forced fumbles on Sunday. Yeah.
And I guess with Jimmy Ward, they put him in the box way more than usual. Like almost 80% of snaps he's in the box. Just man press, blitzing, just to read those the runs. And then Tarvarius Moore, I don't know if
Tarvarius Moore is way better than any of our safeties, including Jimmy Ward, in my opinion. I mean, Jimmy Ward's had a good strip of games, but he played god-awful in the first six games.
Mm-hmm.
But Tarvarius Moore is the future. I mean, I couldn't see
I think it's going to be him and Ward, though.
I couldn't see Tart playing next year if Tarvarius is healthy.
I mean, they just re-signed Jimmy Ward, so he's going to be around. It's going to be him and Moore, hopefully, because I feel like that's a good combo.
It is.
Yeah, and Kinlaw is up for Defensive Rookie of the Week. I think he'll get it. I mean, he did have that return for a touchdown, but still, things are looking up. And Sherman came back, Deebo came back, and Mostert came back. That might be all you need.
Yep. So we got some good things to look forward to. Got a big game on the Bills for sure. They're a tough team. Game.
And funny note too, me and Kegan actually bought center field, like 50, like what was it, like 40-yard line or something like that.
Beautiful.
Pretty close to middle of the field. We bought 12th row, and we actually had options to move closer, but we just wanted a little bit more visual of the field. But we bought 12th row, like 40-yard line tickets for that Monday Night Football game, and freaking California and their laws had to shut that shit down.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, we were just
Thinking
it's late in the year, but obviously they're not even playing in San Francisco.
Yeah, you knew that, right?
They're in Phoenix, or Glendale. Yeah.
You're practicing there, staying there, which is all right. And I was telling Ryan, when we do these East Coast trips, there's 2 games on the East Coast. We stay out there in Ohio or whatever. Seems like the team gets better. They stay together. Like, it's not a detriment. I don't know. I mean, there's no fans this year, so it's really not a factor anyways.
Yeah. Hey, for me, it's a love-hate relationship because I really wanted Zach Wilson, and that's not going to happen anymore. But I'm cool with it. I mean, hey, if it's a wild card berth and Jimmy's full healthy, full go next year, I just think work on getting a good backup behind him.
Yeah, because we're not seeing it with CJ or with Mullins.
No,
they need to bring in somebody through the draft, through a trade, that can at least test Jimmy and just be like, all right, man, you really need to step up.
3 seasons with Jimmy, and we've only had 1 full one.
Yeah,
he's only 1 season, so we need to have some sort of plan for sure. Because our team's too talented,
For sure, way too talented. Something's gonna have to give. Zach Wilson, though. I love you, Zach, but it ain't gonna happen. So let's jump into these picks. Sunday, we have the New Orleans Saints at the Atlanta Falcons. Let's go ahead and right here we'll replay my prediction of last week. I'll put that in right.
Lock of the week, blowout, 34-7.
Blowout. Oh my gosh.
So the Saints are favored by only 3. This is going to be, I don't know, this might be a good game. What do you guys think?
I think it's going to be a really good game.
Yeah.
I think that the Saints are rolling hot right now. The Falcons obviously played a massive game, and you called that. They dominated the Raiders. They're on a great streak right now of just playing good football, and their defense actually looked good.
How's Taysom Hill looking? I haven't really watched. I didn't watch the last game. I mean,
I think he's okay.
His offense still moved down the field.
Yeah.
He's still getting it out.
It's a dynamic offense right now. Taysom Hill can obviously run and pass, and they haven't really skipped a beat because Drew Brees hasn't really been playing like Drew Brees. So it's pretty much the same old Saints offense with a couple other factors. The fact that Taysom can run the ball now, but I think both teams are hot. Even in Falcons' losses, I mean, you see it. You saw it for like the first 5 weeks or first 6 weeks, they would lose at the very end of the game. So the Falcons are not a bad team. I think.
No.
I think that the Saints are a better team, and I think it's going to be a really close game. But I think just talent-wise and poise-wise and certainly defense. I mean, Falcons have been playing better defense, but I'm going Saints on this one. I mean, it's a -1 or I think I checked today -2, but regardless, right around that, it's going to be a close game. But I think the Saints are just a better team, and the way that their defense have been playing, I think they can close this one out.
Yeah, it's going to come down to the pass. Both teams have great rush defenses right now against the rush. I think the Saints are number 1, the Falcons are number 6. So, I mean, it's going to be hard to stop Kamara. I think for the Falcons, it'll come down to they're going to have to pass the ball a lot. The Saints have the 6th overall pass defense, and the Falcons have the 31st. So this is going to be the time for Michael Thomas and Taysom to, I mean, let him air it out. I don't even know what Taysom's arm looks like at this point. I haven't really even seen it yet, but it's gonna come down to Matt Ryan is not going to be able to pass the ball against this defense, and I do have it being a close game. Saints 23, Falcons 20.
Okay. I mean, I'm rolling with the Saints as well. I think if it was anything more than 3, maybe I'd question it more. But it's only being a 3-point. I could easily see him winning by a field goal, or if not more.
Yeah.
I guess, I mean, I know Atlanta can score points. I think we all see that. I have Matt Ryan on my fantasy team, and first half you'll see 6, and all of a sudden he finishes out with 25, 26 points.
Yeah.
Oh, they're always throwing the ball. Calvin Ridley, I mean, I know he's having a great year. But then again, we got the Saints, like you said, Kamara, the defense plays.
Michael Thomas is in a groove with Taysom now.
They're just a better team. And 3 points, I'll take a field goal all day with New Orleans.
Next one on the docket, the Cleveland Browns at the Tennessee Titans. This is a Titans favored by 5.5. Cleveland is getting Myles Garrett back. They have the 10th best rush defense, which is big because that's what the Titans do. I think I had this as a 1-point game. I wanted to go with the Browns. You know what? I am going to go with the Browns. 18-17 Browns.
So did you just change your opinion just on the spot right now?
No,
or what?
I looked at it and it's such a close game. I did have the Browns winning this one on the road, even though Baker Mayfield is just a placeholder right now.
Yeah, I mean, with Tennessee, I mean, Henry's unstoppable. That man's unstoppable. I mean, Myles Garrett obviously is huge to get back, but still, Derrick Henry does not care about Myles Garrett.
No.
All day. Tennessee has been kind of up and down, I feel like, though. Like, I've been betting on them on DraftKings quite a bit, and they've let me down on a few of these games. I'm just like, but then all of a sudden they come out and win beat the Colts by 14. I'm not sure what the exact score was, but they crushed the Colts.
They dominated them. Yeah.
Yep.
From the jump, at halftime, they're up by like 17.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So they're on a little bit of a roll for me. I'm rolling with Tennessee. You said 5.5. I saw 6. Either way, I'm rolling with Tennessee on that.
Yep. I mean, this is just going to be a smash mouth football game. Both teams, I mean, aren't really known for their passing. Certainly, Browns are not known for their passing. They have no one to throw the ball to, and
Right.
no one to throw the ball. So that's a bad combination. It's going to be a cold game in Tennessee during this time, but it's going to be a fun run the ball football team. I think the main difference. Oh, and then with the Browns too, no Denzel Ward. He's hurt, so that's going to be a factor. I think that the Titans just smash mouth the football with Derrick Henry. They have a lot of creative play calls, and unlike the Browns, they have a passing game. Mainly a running game, but they have a passing game for sure. Corey Davis is emerging. A.J. Brown, when he catches the ball, is legit. Obviously
Big
has
time.
some drop issues, but I mean,
He's big time.
the guys like, I mean, to imagine that Ole Miss had DK Metcalf and AJ Brown on their team and they did not win at all is beyond me.
I mean, they're like best in the game right now.
Yeah.
Either top 5 right now, easy.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah,
So I think it's gonna be a smash mouth football game, but it's just like the Browns to once they get on a streak, once they get on a streak, they just let you down. And I think this is the game that and the Browns honestly have had a soft schedule. They really haven't really played any big teams. So
Exactly.
I think the Titans come in here and really show them what's up. I think it's close maybe in the first half, but then I think that this Titans offensive line that is just stout and their running back who is stout just wears on them. And I see like third quarter they start breaking away and I could see them winning by 10, 14, 20 points.
Yeah, Derrick Henry's number 1 rusher in the league. DK's the number 1 receiver in the league, yardage-wise. And, hey, I'll give you a little virtual high five for making that trade. Brian's pulling his hair out right now.
You guys that don't know, I had to trade. We were in a keeper league, so I had to trade Christian McCaffrey. He let me down all year. I was holding on to faith, trying to scramble and make things happen, but I had to trade him for another keeper, so I traded him for Derrick Henry, and I'm not mad about it.
can't
Man. I don't know why defensive players don't try to grab his bun. like try to pull him like that. That's the only way you can pull him down.
Have you seen it? Have you seen it?
Yeah, dude. I'll poke your eye out.
Yeah. Or curse you,
That thing's wild.
You don't
So we have the Detroit Lions at the Chicago Bears. Chicago is favored by 3. I don't really know what to say about this game.
Andrew, real quick, sorry to cut you off. Just for that Browns and Titans game, we had Titans. You had Titans as well?
I have the Browns.
Whoa. So you had the Browns. You heard it first right here. Andrew Kaufman, he had the Browns.
Hey. So this next game, we got Matt Patricia has been fired. He has been terminated, which he should have been. They just need to figure everything out. Matt Stafford is probably going to go somewhere else. Mitch Trubisky's starting the game, but he's always on thin ice, it seems like. David Montgomery seems to be playing a little better. I don't know. This is not a game anybody should be watching except for fans of those teams. It's a 44.5 over-under. I have the Bears winning 24-16 just because they're at home.
24-16. You got Bears because they're at home. Okay. I got you said Detroit. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's weird. I always feel like, when a coach gets fired, and I was worried about it last week because I did have a bet out with DraftKings on the against Detroit. I'm like, great, their coach just got fired. Usually these teams rally around and pull off these wins right when the coach gets fired. Didn't happen. I guess that was Thanksgiving game.
It was the first game. Yep.
Yeah, and I just think the Bears aren't good. I just don't think they're that
They're
great.
not.
But like you said, I wouldn't be surprised if either team won this game and don't really care who wins this game. So it's just like I'm going to roll with Indy. Detroit. Sorry, I get my games mixed up here. But not a real good reason for it, just more feeling.
There you go.
And the Bears suck.
And the Bears, I don't think are that great at all.
Even when they were 5-0, I'm like,
no.
I would be surprised if they make the playoffs, honestly. Even when they were 5-0, because they were squeaking by those wins. Who's even playing quarterback for the Bears? We don't even know who's playing quarterback.
Trubisky's been named the starter.
Has he been announced? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, he already got benched this year, so we all know how that's going.
It could be a flip-flop. Who frickin' knows? Matt Patricia's gone. I think that's even more so a reason to go with the Lions. You get DeAndre Swift back. You get Galladay back. Sure. I think it's a no-brainer Lions.
Yeah, there you go.
No-brainer Lions, in my opinion.
Not much to talk about with that game.
Beginning, but then their defense is going to be on the field the whole game, and Lions are going to pull it off.
Cool. Moving right along, Jacksonville at Minnesota. Minnesota is a 10-point favorite. The Jags have the 30th overall defense, 29th passing, 29th rushing. Adam Thielen's coming back. This is going to be a blowout, as close to it as you can get. I have Minnesota winning 44-21. James Robinson, don't know what else to say. I mean, Chark's not going to be playing. The Jags have lost 10 in a row. This is going to be number 11. Trevor Lawrence will be a Jacksonville Jaguar.
Yeah, not the Jets?
No, he's going to stay in the South, and he'll work perfectly with the Jags. If he, like Ryan said, if he sees by the end of the year that the Jets are lining up to 1, he's just going to go back to college. So if he sees the Jags are there, he'll go to the draft.
I don't think he's going to. No,
he already tweeted. He's like, if the Jets are number 1, I'm not entering the draft. I'm not going to get drafted by that sorry ass organization. And that's literally what he said. And then he continued to say, our team right now, as it is, could beat the Jets. I don't believe that, but that's coming from Trevor Lawrence's mouth.
And he's also saying that before he's seen the money in front of him. New York City. I mean, we'll see. I mean, he's been big time since his freshman year, so
yeah.
He's got the hair.
He's got the control, but things in the past, like Matt Leinart and things like that, players have dropped. They lost a lot of money because they stayed their senior year.
Yeah, true.
Jacksonville's a mess. I just feel like with this game with Jacksonville and Minnesota, though, like 10 points is a lot of points. Jacksonville played Green Bay tough.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know about the injuries with Shark.
They run the ball.
Is Minshew still starting?
No, it was Mike Glennon. I don't know. Last game it was Mike Glennon.
But then before that, they had that other guy.
Glutton for Lutton.
Yeah.
What happened with Minnesota this past week? And I feel like they didn't perform well. Did they win by a point?
They won by a point against Carolina.
They didn't cover their spread. Carolina Bridgewater was back. I guess that's true. I had high hopes on Minnesota. They once again messed up my parlay.
You bet the money line with the Vikings.
Yeah. 10 it feels like it was a lot of points. I hear you, Andrew.
But do you think the Vikings are going to win the game?
I think Minnesota will win the game. I think Jacksonville will cover the 10.
So you think ATS Jags cover the 8 against the spread?
Jags cover 10.
Okay. I'm going to go along with Kegan. I think that it's going to be a closer game than people think, just because like the Jags are a bad team. They definitely are, and their defense. I mean, all the metrics are bad, but for whatever reason, I mean, they do stick around in football games. And if they can run the ball well with James Robinson, which they have been all game, that might be able to control the clock a bit. I could see the Vikings winning by 7. But Vikings are definitely a better team. They could squeak by and maybe be in the playoffs. I don't know. It's competitive, but the Vikings look great right now. I mean, it's a team that lost against the Cowboys. They can lose to anyone. They can beat anyone. So that's why I'm a little bit more worried about this game. But I still think that the Vikings will win. I just don't know if they'll cover the 10-point spread.
Yeah, that's a tough one. This next one is Raiders at the Jets. Raiders are 8-point favorites. I chose not to write any notes on this one, just because there's nothing to talk about. This game is over. The Jets will be
not that much either.
the Jets will be 0-12, right? Yeah. So
what is it? It's 8 points.
I had 8 points.
Yeah, 8 points. I actually have a close game because the Jets defense has been keeping games close. Adam Gase actually has the defense playing a lot better.
And Joe Flacco is no longer quarterback, so that helps the Jets a lot because he is god-awful.
Yeah, Darnold actually has been seeing some action, so I have the Las Vegas winning 28-21. Which would mean you can put your money on the Jets to cover. So.
Okay. So you think it's going to be a little closer? I think the Raiders actually cover even the 8 points. I think they win by 13 points, 10 or 13 points. Because I think it's a bounce back game for the Raiders. I mean, they just got humiliated against the Falcons. And I think they came in a little overconfident, and they came in with a boost against Falcons. And I think it was a reality check for them. But they are a good football team, and they run the ball really well. The Jets are just an absolute mess. I don't care who plays quarterback. I think Sam Darnold is actually a very decent quarterback. Now, I think the question that we should be asking ourselves is, where is Sam Darnold going to play next year?
Well, I guess it depends if they're getting Trevor Lawrence.
He's not playing for the Jets. So,
you don't think he's...
No, there's other suitable teams. He's going to get traded. He's going to be shipped somewhere else.
I don't think he's extending an extension. He's still on his rookie deal, right?
Yeah. No. Yeah, Eagles.
Someone will eat that last year or whatever.
Philly.
And he'll be traded. But
You think Philly?
I think
Philly can't give up on Wentz, though.
I think New England might be a good fit because Cam Newton ain't getting it done.
So
And I think Darnold fits the mold.
the last mock draft I saw had the Patriots taking Zach Wilson at number 9.
Even if they took Zach Wilson,
I see.
is it like Belichick to start a rookie quarterback? No.
No, you're right.
So what do? You trade for Sam Darnold. He's your starter, and then you also have Zach Wilson. That's the Patriot move right there.
Yeah, but the Patriots didn't need to start a rookie. They had Tom Brady for how long?
Yeah, but Tom Brady they had Drew Bledsoe.
Yeah, but that's so long ago.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter.
They haven't had the opportunity to start.
I'm just saying, I just don't think it fits the Belichick mold to start a rookie. I could not see it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's tough. I don't.
Sam
who knows-
Darnold, New
who
England
knows with the
Patriot. You heard it
Patriots?
first.
I definitely agree that he's probably gone. Where he goes, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Either way, back to the Raiders. I think that they are going to have a bounce back game, like Ryan said. 8 points, although that is a pretty big line. I think they're going to cover that one.
Okay. Yeah.
No reasons behind it other than the Jets just aren't that great.
But yeah, just to wrap it up, I think the Raiders cover 8 points and they win the ball.
Next one is Bengals at Dolphins. Miami's an 11.5 point favorite. This might be upset alert. With Miami, they do have the third overall defense. Their defense has been playing lights out, but they can't seem to stop the run. They're at the bottom of the league in stopping the run. I kind of like Gio Bernard running all over the Dolphins in this one. I'm gonna pick the Bengals to win a pretty close game. Yeah, hey, you just like the Falcons last week. 21-14 Bengals in Miami.
You are wild.
Miami has been slipping the past couple weeks. They haven't been. I mean, that defense still plays, but I don't know what's going on quarterback.
They
Is
only lost
Tua
like
still
one game in the
hurt?
last 5. No, Tua's coming back. He's going to be the starter of this game.
It's a big spread, though. I got Cincy
Yeah.
plus 11, Miami straight up. I mean, I think it's too big of a spread for Miami, especially the way they've not been moving the ball on offense. Cincinnati, like you said, Gio's a good solid. I mean, Jesus, he's been around forever.
Yeah, he's a journeyman.
He's been. I always think Cincinnati Bengals. I think of Gio
And
Bernard.
he's got the Mario mustache. You can't hate on that.
Who's the backup now for him?
They have Brandon Allen and they have Finley. Can't remember his first name. Brandon Allen. Brandon Allen was the Broncos starter a couple times last year.
Well, no, Burrow's. That was last week. that he
No,
went
Burrow
down, right?
went down 2 weeks ago.
Oh, 2 weeks ago.
Brandon Allen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those games. Who knows?
It's not going to be
It's
a
just
fun
big
game to
spread.
watch.
Yeah.
It's going to be one of those that you don't tune in. No Burrow. Would have been a great matchup, though, right? Burrow versus Tua, rookies head-to-head. It would have been a fun game to watch, honestly. We got a high-powered offense in the Bengals and then high-powered defense with the Dolphins. But
Yeah.
without Burrow, I mean, the team's kind of a mess. The offense doesn't move the ball quite, not even close the way that it moves with Burrow, which is a testament to how good I think Burrow is and how good I think he will be. And I think that this Dolphins defense is just going to crush them. I mean, the defense is so good. The pass rush is so good. Homeboy's going to be running for his life the whole game. And I think the Dolphins run away with this one. Now, I don't know if it's going to be enough to cover the spread. I could see them winning by close to 10 points, but the 11.5 is a bit. So do I think they're going to cover? Probably not, but I think the Dolphins come up with the W.
There you go. It's going to be it would have been a cool game, but like you said, it's the tough blow with having Burrow not out there, and I'm excited to see this defense against Brandon Allen, see what he can do.
Yeah. And just so you guys know, so last week I made my last call. Not last call. It's called the Last Word cocktail with the chartreuse that I educated you guys about with the drink that was perfected by the monks. But this week we're going mules. The Moscow Mule. A little bit of vodka, a little bit of fresh squeezed lemon juice, and a nice, strong, spicy, which is the key, spicy ginger beer. You a fan of it?
Yeah. That sounds pretty good.
It's refreshing. Yeah. It's my go-to.
Pour me a virtual cup, and you'll pass it through the screen to me.
There you go.
All right, let me. Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's got a nice.
Over here in Denver, so.
So let's move right along. The next game on the docket are the Giants at the Seahawks. Crazy enough, Jamal Adams is leading the league in sacks. The Seahawks are favored by 10. This is in Seattle. I think the weather is not going to be perfect. It's probably going to be a little gloomy. Russell Wilson's throwing moon balls. DK Metcalf, best receiver in football right now. Chris Carson looks like he's at full go right now when he was out there. Carlos Hyde actually had some good runs too.
Impressive. Yeah. I agree. Carlos Hyde, huh? A little wide receiver graveyard there. Or, I mean, running back graveyard.
Yeah. I have the Seahawks taking this one 31-20. I think Daniel Jones is out, so yeah.
Danny Dimes is out, and you have him covering, huh? Because the spread's 10. You have him win by 11?
I do. Just because it's at home, or actually no, it's on the road, but still that defense can be suspect. The Seahawks defense can be suspect. Even though they played pretty well against the Eagles, you know, that Carson Wentz little garbage time Hail Mary kind of takes away from what they actually did. But Jamal Adams, man, he might be up for Defensive Player of the Year, even though he's not really doing all he needs to do in coverage. But I think he's blitzing the most.
He's not hired as a pass rusher. He's hired as a
right. Yeah.
You can't make the Pro Bowl out of safety if you're not doing your job as a safety.
Right.
That's just my opinion. I think they overpaid for him, and he gets exposed in the secondary, in my opinion.
Not a fan of any Seahawk.
The Seahawks.
But I am taking Seattle minus 10. I think they're a much better football team.
And you know who's starting for the Giants?
I do not.
Colt McCoy.
Nice.
The journeyman.
What a treasure. Have fun, New York Giants. I like Danny Dimes, though. It's too bad. What happened?
He was playing nice.
Was it a foot? Something like that?
Really nice.
What happened to Danny Dimes?
I'm not sure. Oh, hamstring injury. Yeah.
Yeah, Danny Dimes. He was playing a lot better football. He wasn't turning the ball over, and that was his main criticism: is turning the ball over. Seahawks, they have an improving defense and just flat out better team. You know, better quarterback, better offense, better defense. Seahawks take this, and I think they cover the spread as well.
Cool.
I do like Wayne Gallman, though. Good
Wayne.
Yeah. Hey, you got it. Yep. That was I was like, yo, get Wayne Gallman on there.
Yeah.
And I picked him up in my other fantasy team too, and he's solid. I didn't know about him, but good for him, man. He gets touchdowns. They give it to him down the goal line, and that's what you need in fantasy. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But Seattle's too strong.
Yeah. Los Angeles Rams at Arizona Cardinals. We have the Rams actually favored by 3. This is going to be a great game. I think it's a comeback, bounce back for the Rams. Man, it's just going to be Aaron Donald trying to get to Kyler Murray all day. It's going to be a really, really fun matchup.
Both of them were due. I think Arizona just lost to the Patriots, right?
Yep.
Big upset, yeah.
They're both in the division battle along with the Niners. I mean, it's a big game. It's a big game either way for playoff standings and what's going to happen.
A lot of implications.
Mm-hmm.
One's the 5 seed and one's the 7 seed right now. I think the Rams are the 5 seed right now, and the Cardinals are the 7 seed.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
It's only a game back, so
Wouldn't it be wild if Tampa Bay kind of shits the bed and we get 3 NFC West wild cards and all 4 in the division make the playoffs?
It could happen, yeah.
We'll make it, but it could with the extra. And they're talking about adding an eighth playoff team if they cancel games, which has worked well for the Niners. We'll take it.
Yeah.
Either way, the NFC West is really the best division.
Oh yeah.
I took the Rams -3. I agree. Bounce back game, even though it could be a bounce back game for Arizona. I just think the Rams are probably a better team. The way that they looked before versus Tampa, they looked good versus the Niners. I mean, but they got a smart coach.
The Niners are a good football team, and both teams lost. I think that no Chandler Jones for the Cardinals is really going to make a difference in this game. The Rams have a solid defense. They swarm the ball. They collapse the pocket. I think that we're starting to see a little bit of a regression from Kyler Murray. It's been 2-3 weeks now that we really haven't seen him pop off. And with this Rams defense, I think they might be a little too much. I think Ramsey's going to be on an island. He's going to follow Hopkins around the field, and then you kind of got limited options with Fitzgerald and Kirk. And I was I think that the Cardinals are a good football team. I just think the Rams are hitting stride right now. Yes, they lost to our football team, the Niners, but I think the Rams also have a better head coach in McVay, and I think they come out and they win and they cover the spread. I could see them winning by a touchdown or 10 points.
Yeah, I'm going with the Rams. Cardinals have lost 3 of 4, make it 4 or 5. McVay is just going to come out there and have a game plan ready to go, and Kyler's not playing well. 28-20 Rams. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Aaron Donald had no tackles in the 49er game. You know how much
that's crazy.
Did he have a forced fumble? I think he had a forced
fumble, but
they don't count that as a tackle?
I mean, the stat line at the end of the game was Aaron Donald 0 tackles.
Yeah, because it was like a strip.
It's 3 games without a tackle, but he's still impactful. He still pushes the pocket. He's still an impact player.
Definitely. And he's going to show it versus Arizona. I mean, Kyler Murray is really – I honestly am surprised. I mean, the guy –
came out hot.
Yeah.
Real hot. But
he can play. He's got DeAndre out there. They like those little quick outs. But now you got Ramsey on D-Hop, which would be fun to watch. Mm-hmm. I'm excited for that. But either way, it's going to be Aaron Donald and the Rams taking that one.
Philadelphia Eagles against the Green Bay Packers at Green Bay. The frozen tundra. Packers are 9-point favorites. Carson Wentz is just not reading his progressions. He's getting rushed quite a bit. He's the most sacked quarterback in the NFL. But still, he's just not getting rid of the ball quick enough. Yeah, most interceptions. And Aaron Rodgers is just clicking on all cylinders. He's just having fun out there. He's so confident right now.
I think him and Matt Ford really have a good bond, and that was the thing he was saying before. And I think he's having fun playing football again, which is dangerous for the NFC.
Yeah. I got the Packers winning 35-7. I mean, can they muster a 7? Probably. They probably can. A lot of the receivers, Rager has been a disappointment. Alshon Jeffrey can barely run at this point. Fulgham is up and down. He didn't really do much. Miles Sanders looks good on a couple runs. But other than that, he's been disappointing. I don't see this one happening. I do see Wentz getting benched eventually during this game too.
Jalen Hurts.
Do you think this game?
I think this will be the game. Yeah.
Did you see them put in Jalen Hurts for like
one play,
a second down play, and you thought that Wentz was getting benched, and then it was like a 3rd and 9. They're like, "All right, put Wentz back there." Yeah, get back there.
It's like a high school coach who's like, "Let me try this guy out. Get back out there." Come on, guys.
All right, yeah, bring him back in.
This isn't gonna work. Get back out there.
All right.
Yeah, Packers. I got Packers all day.
Yeah. You think they cover too?
Yep.
I have 8.5, but right around there.
I probably
2
touchdowns. Yeah, I'd probably put my money behind it too.
Oh yeah.
I'm confident in the Packers taking control of the game real early and often.
All right. So I honestly think it's going to be a closer game than you might think. They made it close with the Seahawks. Their front seven is real stout. They got those big defensive linemen. And I really think that this is like kind of maybe the breakout game for Miles Sanders. I could see him carving up some, and I think they could control the clock a lot more than some might think, because everyone knows that the Eagles are not a good football team. But as much as you think that, like the games that they think that you think that they're going to get blown out, they just don't. They hang in there for whatever odd reason, and I think this is one of those games. I wouldn't feel comfortable with the spread, but I think the Packers will definitely win because they're a better football team. And, at the end of the day, if you're questioning on who to pick on a win, just look at the quarterbacks. And if you look at Aaron Rodgers and Carson Wentz, I give it a very slight chance that Carson Wentz outmatches, the worst quarterback cannot outmatch the best quarterback. So I think the Packers win, but I think it's going to be a more entertaining game than people think. And I think that I think Doug Peterson will finally get his head out of his ass and maybe game plan, because it is a serious opponent and because they are still in the division race. And I think it's going to be a closer game. But I could see the Packers winning by like a touchdown.
Cool. Okay, so yeah, we all picked them. Patriots at Chargers. The Patriots are coming off a big upset against Arizona. The Chargers are just looking down. The defense is playing horribly right now. And this is a tough game, though, because Cam Newton played horribly, too, and they still got the win. I think he had like 70 passing yards last game.
Passing yards, 2 interceptions, no touchdowns.
Yeah, and they still managed to beat the Cardinals. I'm gonna stick with the Patriots to win this game. They're who's the favorite?
Spread is a point in favor for the Chargers.
Yeah, so I got the Patriots.
It was +1 earlier today, but when I just checked before I got into the podcast here, the Chargers were actually favored by a point. So there's a lot of money dumping in for the Chargers on this one.
It's a pick'em. It's a pick'em.
It's essentially a pick'em because I think honestly yesterday it was even, but today it was -1 for the Chargers.
I'm going Patriots, and I don't have a score. It's just like you said, it's a pick'em.
Who knows what's going to happen? Both teams don't really have anything to play for. So
yeah, well, I mean the Patriots are still kind of in it.
No, I mean that division's kind of Bills or Miami, right?
They gotta win out. I'm pretty sure they gotta win out. The Patriots do to have a shot.
Yeah, it might be a must-win for the Patriots, and I think that Bill Belichick will have a game plan against the Chargers. But I think at the end of the day, all right, so you have the Patriots, and their strong suit is defense and run the ball. And then you got the Chargers, who the strength is offense, and they just air the ball out, and they have those athletic running backs. I think the Chargers' coaching is really bad, so if it comes to a close loss or a close game, maybe the Pats can win. But I'm still sticking with the Chargers on this one. I think the Chargers' offense is so good that's going to push the game and force the Patriots to air out the ball. And I think whenever you force the Patriots, a Cam Newton Patriots offense, to air out the ball, it's recipe for bad news. And for that reason, I'm picking the Chargers. And since it is a pick'em game, I'm gonna bet the spread, and I'm gonna bet the win on Chargers.
Nice.
I'm gonna roll with Ryan. Go Chargers. I didn't write this game down. I don't know. I missed it. Either way, like I said, none of these teams really gonna do much. But I love Keenan Allen. They got their boy back, running back.
Justin Herbert's impressive.
Herbert's got an arm. I just think, like Ryan's saying, it's going to be an offensive game. And if you're going to put offense versus Pats versus Chargers, I'm taking the Chargers. But who knows? Pick them. We'll see what happens.
Sunday Night Football. Kansas City at Denver. Favored by 14.
Get flexed out. That's Sunday night. Is Denver KC?
The only game that got flexed out is
I didn't know that. Who's taking the Niners?
Oh wait, do we have 3 Monday nights?
No, they won't.
We have 2 Monday nights. Bills Niners and Steelers football team.
Cowboys Ravens.
Tuesday.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. I didn't read it properly. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
where are the Ravens playing?
Tuesday, Wednesday. Who knows what day games are
Yeah.
anymore? 1:00 p.m. Wednesday. Let's play
Whenever.
some-
9 Thursday.
Love it. Let's play every day.
Yeah. So the Chiefs are favored by 14 in Denver. Tyreek Hill, man, just woo,
It went off.
went off.
I just kept looking at the
Right.
fantasy. I'm like, he's got 50 points. He has
Yeah.
200 yards in the first quarter. Like, what?
And
It's absolutely insane.
that's why people draft him. He's like a, average or boom type player on fantasy.
But he's not below average, I feel like.
No,
He
he's
doesn't
like
have
he's
those
either
busts.
average or he's booming.
Right.
It's like the Tyler Lockett of wide receivers almost.
I don't think the Broncos have beat the Chiefs in 4 or 5 years. It's kind of crazy.
It's
Been that long?
Yeah, 3 or 4 years. It's been that long. Yeah, it's just continue. They continue to pile up the wins against the Broncos. This is going to be a blowout. This is my lock of the week. I'm going to say in Mile High with the air and him just airing it out. Mahomes is the number 1 quarterback.
It's actually not isn't it in KC?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's in KC, so even more of a reason to take the Chiefs. I mean, either way, like put them on
It doesn't matter.
anywhere you put them. Yeah, I'm gonna say 45-17 Chiefs.
I don't disagree with that at all. I got Chiefs blowing them out. I don't have a score for you, but it's not going to be a game we're going to want to watch. It's disappointing. That's the Sunday night game. So I'm going to have to get my HBO programming on because I probably won't be watching it. But good luck, Broncos.
Yeah.
We'll see you next year. It's
I think
KC steamroll.
I think the Broncos will come out a little pissed off because all 3 QBs, got caught not following the rules and wearing the mask. Now, the funny part about this story is that the ones that reported that it was the Broncos the Broncos coaches who actually reported the QBs. So that's telling you right there that the Broncos are tanking this year.
Yep.
No, I think it's my lock of the week as well. And I think the Chiefs win, and I think they cover as wild as 2 touchdowns is. I think the Chiefs and Broncos know each other well. I think that Andy Reid and the Chiefs know the Broncos even more well.
Oh, yeah.
And I think they come in prepared and at home with that high-powered offense and with the defense that isn't that bad. I give it to the Chiefs all day.
Yeah.
Oh, how much did we hear that 2 years ago when we went to that game?
Washington football team at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Steelers are 8.5-point favorites. Washington is my pick to win the NFC East. Their defense has been playing great. Gibson might just win Offensive Rookie of the Year if he continues. He's probably not going to. Yeah, Antonio Gibson. But, I mean, he has the most rushing touchdowns of any rookie running back right now. He's looking great.
He won't win it. I think Justin
won't.
Jefferson got rookie of the year.
You don't think Herbert?
Or Herbert. Yeah.
One of those Justins, yeah.
Yeah, I think one of those Justins. Either Jefferson or Herbert.
I do like Gibson, though. I like Washington as well, especially with the 9.5-point spread. They're not terrible. I mean,
Yeah,
come on,
9.5.
Well, what line did you have?
8.5.
Where we're looking, but
Yeah, there's different lines, but I had 8.
either way, it's still too strong. Even at 8.5 over a touchdown, I'll take Washington.
Washington for the spread, but who for the win?
Probably not Washington.
Steelers.
Yeah, I mean, so is this game being played on Sunday? Or did it get pushed?
It's a Monday night football game.
Under the lights.
Steelers
in
undefeated.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I still think Steelers are rolling. They got a groove going. I hope Connor's back. He's been on COVID, so I'm sure he will be back.
Mm-hmm.
The game was today. I mean, we kind of watched at the office, and it was sloppy. I mean,
Yeah.
geez.
Real
Big Ben didn't
sloppy.
look that great, honestly. A lot of turnovers, so
3 turnovers in like the first 3 minutes.
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah. I'm taking Washington to win.
Yeah, it's a big call.
Washington to win.
Because I do feel like they're not going undefeated.
I'm gonna text you after this, Andrew. We're gonna throw a little money on this one.
You think Washington's the team to spoil the undefeated season?
I do. Their defense is playing great, and I think Alex Smith, since he's been there as a starter, he looks good.
And they dominated the Cowboys.
They're not a bad team. They're a good football team.
Yeah.
I have the Giants winning that division, though, Andrew. So we'll have to talk some wages after that. Either way, terrible division. It sucks when
I got them winning by a field goal, so I'll say 23-20, Washington.
And then I think that the Redskins do have a good football team, a good base. They're missing some good pieces, including a quarterback, and I think they're missing a couple other playmakers, but they have a good defensive line, good pass rush. Chase Young's freaking playing out of his mind right now.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, they just can't move the ball. They can run the ball-ish, but no, I don't see anything really special with the Redskins, especially against the Steelers' dominant defense. It doesn't matter who the Steelers play. TJ Watt is playing out of his mind. And the Steelers are just a way better football team. Their offense has so many weapons. Doesn't matter if you have a defensive line when you can throw to 4 or 5 different receivers and then pound the football with Snell or finesse it with James Conner. So I got Steelers. I don't know. I wouldn't even touch the spread, but I got the Steelers to win the game.
Keegan? Oh, did you already pick?
Yeah, I got Washington covering, Pittsburgh winning.
Okay, gotcha.
The spread's too large, especially Pittsburgh playing on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Andrew, if the Washington Redskins beat the Steelers, more power to you, man. That's a hell of a call, but you're right. The Steelers, I don't know if they're going to go undefeated. I don't see them as the great Patriots team that went undefeated. I don't see them as that. And I also don't see him beating the Kansas City Chiefs at any point, playoffs, regular season.
No way.
It's a nice story, but you still have KC in the AFC.
As much as I want the Niners to get to the Super Bowl, I don't see it happening. I see a all-state discount double-check matchup of Pat Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers.
The All-State Bowl.
The All-State Bowl.
We'll see. We'll see how the Packers defense is playing.
Buffalo Bills at the 49ers in Glendale, Arizona. The Bills are a 2.5-point favorite. Looks like the Niners have lost 6 of its last 7 in Glendale. Cause for concern at all?
I'm worried because of Nick Mullins.
Yeah, me too.
I'm not as worried about Glendale. Honestly, I think if we're practicing down there, we're not just flying like away game.
I think if anything, more focus is going on.
We're just in a hotel. There's going to be
They know there's that playoff push.
They know that, hey, we won this last game, we have a chance. And I don't know what happened with what happened with the Bills last week.
Didn't they?
What happened with the Bills?
They dominated last week.
Back to the game. We're all Niners guys here. Of course, I want the Niners to win. I'm not going to be picking against them, but it is going to be a tough game. The Bills are not a bad team. Josh Allen's a great quarterback. I really like Josh Allen. They got Diggs out there. But, hey, the Niners could have that momentum. We got Debo. Brandon Ayuk's back. See Brandon
That's a big one.
Debo going.
Both the weapons.
And DJ Jones is back. Also key for our defense. It's going to be a game, man. I'm glad we're on Monday night.
Sherm's on the field now.
Yeah.
It's another statement game, just like the Rams were. If we beat the Bills, we're right there. We're right there.
We are right there. Because one of them's got to lose this week, the Rams or the Cardinals. So
Bills coming across country, us getting comfortable in Scottsdale.
Especially if the Cardinals lose to the Rams.
We got a chance, man. If we beat the Bills, it's a statement for sure. And the line's been moving. Ryan and I looked at it. It was at 3. Now it's at 1.5.
Yeah.
It's dropping. Obviously, money's on the Niners. So we'll see. We'll see.
I'm
I got
taking the Niners.
Nope. Take them no matter what.
Yep.
But it should be a fun game, and it would be nice if we go out there. Nick Mullins doesn't turn over the ball. Our D keeps playing. I definitely think we can beat the Bills.
What do you think, Drew?
Yeah, I'm taking the Nines. This is a statement game, like you said, to get us right in the thick of things. And then you got the Cardinals and Rams facing each other, which has huge implications too. So if the Niners do pull this one off, Nick Mullins just has to figure it out a little bit more. But Debo's there, and Ayuk is there. This is going to be a battle because the Bills are a great team too. They can run the ball down your throat. They can throw the ball.
Can they run the ball down your throat though?
I feel like
Team this year, man, they're all passing.
I feel like with Josh Allen, that's what I'm referring to. Like Josh Allen can run the ball. He has the ability to, for sure. Like
6'5", 240.
Yeah.
I got the Niners winning 26-23.
Niner gang, baby.
Yeah, I think it's going to be one to tune in for sure. Niners strong defense, Bills strong defense. It's going to be a smash mouth football game. It'll be intriguing to see their passing game against our secondary, who's been kind of lights out lately.
Yeah.
And to see if we could contain Josh Allen and his legs, just because we've struggled against running quarterbacks. I don't think he has the acceleration that like a Murray or a Russell Wilson does, but he kind of runs almost like a Colin Kaepernick that like you give this guy some open field and he can do some damage. He also bangs.
I wouldn't see him as a Colin Kaepernick though. He's
Why
pass
not?
first. Colin
He's
Kaepernick
pass first.
is not. He's
Colin
one.
Kaepernick-
He was one check down and then he's running.
Yeah,
Allen will stay in the pocket.
I think
a lot
Allen
longer.
can make the reads better, but I'm just saying once they decide to run, I'm not saying quarterback type is the similar, but I think as far as how they run the ball is similar. Because Allen, it does take him a little bit to get up. You don't see that burst of speed like you do with like Lamar Jackson or Kyler Murray. It does take him a little bit more time. But if you see him in open field, like you better watch out because they're gaining speed.
Right.
But I do agree with the fact that yes, they're different quarterbacks as far as passing the football. I think Josh Allen is a more complex quarterback as far as seeing the field, and I think Kaepernick was more of a system quarterback. I think they were both good at what they do, especially when Kaepernick was in that system. But regardless, like we have an issue with guarding a running quarterback. We absolutely do, and especially a 6'4" one with mobility. We were definitely successful against Cam Newton, but he doesn't have nearly the speed that he used to, and nearly the speed that Josh Allen does. So I just think it's going to be an incredible game to watch. Even if you're not a 49ers fan, this is going to be a game to tune into because there's such big implications to it.
Yeah.
And I think the Niners make a statement on this one. I think they shock a lot of people, and I think that the Niners win by a field goal.
Sweet. I like it. Last game of the week is a Tuesday night game. Cowboys at Ravens. Ravens favored by 7. Hopefully Lamar's back. The Cowboys are at the bottom in pretty much every defensive category. Who's starting? Is it Andy Dalton? Yeah. If Lamar's out there, I got to go back to the Ravens to bounce back.
He should be out there.
He should be out there. It was just COVID watch.
But I don't even think he got
he didn't
COVID.
even get COVID.
It was the close contact kind of thing.
Okay.
He
20,
was super disappointed.
24-14 Ravens on Tuesday night.
Okay. What do you got?
Yeah, I mean, I just don't have any confidence in the Cowboys. Before I did because they played some teams close. But when you get blown out on Thanksgiving on your day, Cowboys, on your turkey day, when you're supposed to be eating supper with your family and enjoying some good football, and you throw out that with your starting quarterback at the time, they just can't move the ball. They make mistakes. Their defense is highly suspect when they throw. Washington scored 30 plus points. What did it get to 40? I don't know the final score, but it was 30 or 40 points to like 3 or 7 points. Um,
I think they got to 40. I think they were at 43 or
yeah, when you give up 40 points to the Washington Redskins, the Alex Smith run 40.
Imagine with Lamar.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson, and you get all those running backs back, and they just played the Pittsburgh Steelers tough. I think the Ravens win, and I think that they cover the 7 points. I think that the Cowboys, they're sorry. They're a sorry team now. Last week kind of proved it. If you can't do it on the biggest day of the year in the Cowboys' eyes, Thanksgiving football, when all eyes are on you against the Ravens.
take your game plan and just tear it up if you can't do it. Tear up the game plan.
Exactly. You're done.
I got Ravens as well. I mean, talk about a bounce back game. They're just going to want to get back on the horse. They got playoffs to look forward to.
Yeah. Cowboys
have nothing to look forward to. Lamar is going to be back. The running back should be back. It's going to be a blowout. I mean, Ravens -7,
sure.
Ravens -10, Ravens -11. It doesn't matter. The Ravens are going to blow them out. And I'm sorry that the Cowboys have to do that on national TV again. They just got to keep getting losing on everybody.
Sorry, Jerry.
Sorry.
So recap of last week. Because of today's game, I finished 10-4. Ryan went 11-3. Pretty good.
Really good.
Let's see what happens this next week, guys.
Yep. We'll see what happens next week.
We'll see if the newcomer Keegs can hang in the ring with the big boys.
That's right.
Appreciate you guys having me on.
Yeah, hey, thanks for coming on. We'll catch you guys next week. Thanks for tuning in to the DKP Pick'em Show.
Go Nines, baby.
DK,
Go Nines.
Yes, DKP, baby, all day.